have been able to outgun the Ford Sierra. Something like maybe 12 would be my guess. Over the start-finish line there will come. Here comes James Janicki, carving his way past Stephen Pearson. Stephen Pearson's BMW is not slowed in a straight line. It almost looks as though he's at a standstill compared to Janicki's car. Right, he came through in 9th place at the end of the first lap in the Skyline, and the Holden Monaro of Andy Wilson was up to 11th place off the back of the grid. So they've made some really good progress in the early stages of this one and have plenty of time in this 15-minute race to carve their way ever more up through the order. But on completion of the first lap of the race, it is Daniel Brown that leads at the wheel of the Ford Sierra RS 500, but only just from Andy Robinson, who is still with him as they head in towards Agostini this time through. And the Sierra Cosworth will be quicker getting off the corners, I would have thought. There's a little short straight which doesn't allow the full power of the 5-litre V8 Ford Falcon to be utilised. It's down the straight where Andy Robinson has the advantage. He's not that bad on the brakes either, I've got to say. Through the right-hander at Oggies, and as they then start to work their way towards the top section of the Bentley Straight once more, can Daniel Brown get a good exit coming off the Williams corner onto the Bentley Straight and hang on to the lead of the race, or is this time the extra power going to tell? Looks like the Ford Falcon actually isn't really closing in at all on the Sierra as they head down the straight, so it's still going to be Daniel Brown that will lead as they head in towards the braking area for Brundle and Nelson. Daniel Brown under pressure from Andy Robinson, who on that first flying lap popped in the best lap of the race so far, quicker than the race leader. The lead advantage is just 1/10 of a second. There's great fights all the way down through the order as well, as Clive Hainsford's Mazda is coming under pressure from Colin Ford Escort. Those two were separated by 70 thousandths of a second on the charge for the flag last time through. They are still together in this second race of the weekend, as are our leading pair, which is Daniel Brown, still out front from Andy Robinson. Had to give second best to the Ford Falcon last time through, where Andy won by nearly 3.5 seconds, and now Andy's trying around the outside at Agostini. We saw it work for Dave Griffin earlier on in the race. It didn't quite work there for Andy Robinson, who is still there in second place, but for the first time has shown his hand that he really wants to try and get himself back into top spot. Lots of dust down at Agostini tells me that something has happened down there. It's finally clearing. As for the cars charging from the back of the field, Andy Robinson is now ahead of Steve Dance for Capri. So that means that Andy Robinson is now in what will be the number 97 Holden Monaro, 5th position at this stage. And as for James Janicki, well, he started this lap in 8th position. Heading up towards what is Coram now, still with Daniel Brown floating over outside of Coram to get the inside line for Murray's in a car that you really wouldn't think would be able to do that, but great driving, good respect for both as well. That's Robinson, Daniel Brown, Ferrari, Boston today, but set the fastest lap of the race, and with a 2-minute 5.493, you work that one out. Down the straight and in towards Agostini's they'll go. Sean Brown was still in third place coming over the start finish line at the wheel of the Ford Escort Mark 1. David Griffin was still in fourth position, which they are, but behind them now is the car off the back of the grid. Andy Wilson, not sure what the problems were with his Holden Monaro in race number 1, but it's been a good drive from him. However, the other quick car on the back of the grid, I'm afraid, is double retirement as James Kennedy brings the Nissan Skyline R32 back into the paddock area, and that is 2 retirements out of 2, I'm afraid, for him over the course of today. We haven't mentioned what's going on in the Blue Oval Saloons at the moment. That's because the battle at the front has been so good. Not all of the Fords, of course, are entered for the Burton Power Blue Oval Saloons, only some of them. Some of them sit there in Classic Thunder. So it is number 56 once more, the Ford Escort Second in the Blue Oval Saloon Series is the Ford Escort Mark 1 of Martin Reynolds, number 27, and third in the Blue Oval the next of them, which is third in the Blue Oval Saloon, and 6 minutes to go. That is still a second adrift of the fastest lap that we had from Daniel Brown in the second place, Ford Sierra RS Cosworth 500. Last time in the race they were out earlier on today. Side by side, going down to the order. Voice side by side. That was for the final place inside the top 10. Hatesford in 9th, Colin Boyce there in 10th position, and now we're going to have a change in the order for what will be third position, because Andy Wilson has been able to pick off Dave Griffin that time through, so Sean Brown having dropped now from 3rd to 4th to 5th, and well, for Andy Wilson, he has now gone from 5th to 4th and up to 3rd finally, and ahead of the BMW, who didn't put up a lot of resistance. Dave Griffin's been around long enough to know that he can't live with the pace of the Holden Monaro of Andy Wilson, and therefore it's far easier just to let him go through and concentrate on your own race and your own accumulation of points. The next lap that he'll start will have very little traffic, so he might be able to punch in a quick lap next time through. What's his pace like at the moment? He's doing a 2-minute 5. So the clear lap would be an indication as whether he's got any performance to slow down. Daniel Brown's not given up on this, you know. He's now posted the fastest lap of the race, bringing the lead advantage down to 6.6 in a second. The race, and Wilson is about to work his way up towards Richie's corner. He's trying to put a lap on Anton Martin's Ford Escort, but he will have to wait until after the corner to do that, because of course he's got to get the big heavy car anchored up and pitched into the corner, the 7-litre. Already safe to have passed that car and can crash on this lap. Out of Agostini go our leading pair, still with Andy Robinson being shadowed to a degree by Daniel Brown. That's not steady before to Andy Robinson, and Daniel Brown will be absolutely right on the coattails of the 5-litre ex-Craig Lowndes Sport Falcon Aussie touring car. From the right-hander at Williams, then again onto the Bentley straight, where both of them look to have been pretty evenly matched for pace, I've got to say. Is Andy Robinson pulling away? No, he's not. If anything, I think Daniel Brown is catching up in a straight line this time through. So maybe a few tweaks to the RS 500 and get a bit more power. Again, I would say on this lap, they will get over the start-finish line with, I think, more than a lap time to go as well. So we've got, what, just under 3 minutes to go. It's taken them just over 2 minutes to do a lap. So they will head through this time. Lap number 6, on the lap number 7. Now go. Andy Robinson has been caught again, you know, he had the gap of 0.6 of a second, now 0.4 of a second. Pushed and pushed as hard as he possibly can. Has he got anything else left in the section? Andy Robinson as they turn their way for the penultimate time through the left-hander at Agostini. We've still got Andy Wilson, number 97, sitting there in third place. 34 days for him. Steve Dance, 7th place is the Audi TT. That's number 69 of Paul Hand. 8th place is 53 Stephen Pearson, but he was right behind Paul Hand and the Audi TT as they came over the start-finish line. 9th place is the Mazda 521 rather, which is